These testimonials are for educational and informational purposes only, and it is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding your medical condition. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something learned in this presentation. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results, listen, individual results may vary. So what you're going to hear is a bunch of people who their results, that's what we're talking about, what their results were, and that these are individual results. And so everybody is different, just so you guys know. You've had different experiences. We're all built different. We have different amounts of good fat and bad fat. Some people have lots of medical issues. Some have none. Some are in perfect health. Some are in poor health. It's all different. Everybody's different, okay? So understand that coming into it. And so as we dive into some of these testimonials, you're going to hear some things that are pretty darn powerful. And
the first one I want to bring on is Josh Radke. Josh, you're a personal trainer, and you've been helping people get healthy for a long time. And
right.
I want you to talk about your background, but what is it that you see that is impacting your life here in a specific way? Because you've been around this space for a long time. And then, if you want to touch on, after you talk about that, do you think there's a real appeal in the market for this?
Yeah, no. So thanks for having me on, Byron and TK. I'm Josh. I am from Kansas City. I've been a personal trainer for almost 10 years now. And just this product itself in the fitness space, not a lot of people, are truly wanting to help their clients, take a better version of their health. And, everybody, like TK said, is different. I personally myself didn't have much weight to lose, but I started at about 3 weeks ago with this. And I started at 220 pounds, and within 3 weeks, I went down to about 208. So that's pretty crazy. And I work out religiously just because, you got to look fit to be fit to train these people. And the real thing is that I really enjoyed about this was I've always struggled with kind of my tummy, I'll be honest, like my stomach. And the other day when I went to go, try on a pair of pants that I had to go to church, I actually started at a size 32, and I just checked this Sunday. I'm now to a size 28-inch waist, and I've never been a 28-inch waist since high school, and that's way back when. So, yeah.
So Josh, when people come to you as a trainer, they really don't care about the weight. What they care about is the inches going away. And so how do you feel like this product is impacting you, because it's starting to change your focus from the scale to the inches?
Yeah, no, honestly, it's something that's going to really disrupt the health space because, I never seen anything like this before. And I'm a firm believer in, taking certain supplements to help, accelerate your health in a professional and healthy way. And this is something that they can snap and, they're with any beverage that they have. And I'll be honest, a lot of my clients are, well, full disclaimer, a little bit overweight. And, just they tried it within a week. And I've had a couple of my clients within, within a week or so, they've already dropped, not dropped, but lost a pant size or two within the course of taking this. So it's something truly that's going to really just overall benefit their health factor. It was just that part alone right there.
That's awesome. All right, Josh, thanks for coming on and thanks for sharing it. TK, who we got up next?
Yeah, so we have a young lady out of Las Vegas right here who has been having some great results with this, Carolyn Clark. She actually has hit Sapphire last month, and did it again this month, still growing her team. So really excited about the results, though, she's getting with pHix. So Carolyn, could you please unmute yourself and let us see your beautiful face as well, and tell these folks what's going on with you with pHix.
I'm unmuted, but start video. How come it won't go?
We can hear you, though.
We cannot start video because the host has disabled it. You've disabled it.
It's okay. Go ahead and go.
Okay. Well, it's nice. It's an honor to be on the call because this has just been a total blessing. My name is Carolyn Clark. I live in Henderson, Nevada. I moved to Las Vegas 57 years ago right out of high school, came to Las Vegas to go to beauty school. And I retired from the beauty business 17 years ago. And I love my trade and I was good at it and I enjoyed it. But 28 years ago, I got introduced to network marketing, and that's how I arrived here at pHix. A dear friend got out of her comfort zone and called me and said, hey, I'm going to shoot you over a 1-minute video. If it interests you, you call me back. Well, I did. She put me on a live Zoom. Today is day 26 of doing 2 pHix a day. And I did something, well, I shot a picture of the scales, but then I cut these different colored ribbons. Can you see these? No?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yes. Well, I cut the different colored ribbons for underneath my breast, my waist, my butt, my thighs, and I just wanted to be true to myself, and that's what I did. So I'm happy to say that today is day 26, and the yellow ribbon around the waist is 2 inches smaller. The blue on the thighs is 2 inches smaller, but the scales are only 5 pounds. But one of my doctors that's below me said that, Carolyn, you're retaining water. You're not drinking enough water. And that's probably something I'm really going to start working better on now, because I think that makes a difference. And, you know, I never got involved with this company for the compensation part of it. But the reason I'm grateful that this came into my life when it did is I've been going through a season of grief after losing my husband of 54 years. And it's been good for me to get my eyes back off myself and back onto other people and caring about them more. And then back having fun once again, sharing about something that's healthy and it's good, that's come into my life, and to just see if others would have an interest in wanting to try it or know more. So
That's
I've
awesome.
enrolled 24 people, and it's very gratifying because daily I get to hear these praise reports of what pHix is doing for them. And, you know, it's allowed me to just have fun again, Terry. And we're not allowed to give any income claims, but just recently I purchased a newer Lexus, and I was able to, my thank you checks, I should say, gave me enough to pay for my car payment and my car insurance, my stupid high power bill, and a little money left over. So thank you,
Nice.
pHix.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
hold on, TK. Hold on. Don't let Carolyn go yet. So how long ago did you start, Carolyn? I'm just
On the 26 days, 2nd of July.
so you got plugged into MPG then?
Well, my product, my first day on product.
Okay, but when did
Yeah.
you start? Because I want to just reference the money here, because your life is getting different, but you signed up when?
Oh my gosh. I have to go back and look on my calendar here. Probably about a week before that. Yeah, it came pretty quick.
Okay, so all of a sudden now you're not only seeing, you know, I love the ribbon idea. This is a really great idea. People are going to do the ribbons so they can cut them
Well,
off.
I didn't want to take numbers. But
Yeah,
today
no,
I had to get a tape measure out today to see.
yeah. So, I mean, you're 26 days on the product and 35 days maybe of being involved here, and you already have revenue that's coming in that's allowing you to do things that you weren't able to do, which is important to understand. But I think the part, Terry, that she said that's really amazing is she didn't sign up for that.
Yeah.
No. I've done networking before, and I've had fun with networking, but I've been going through a season that wasn't fun. And so to find something, this is what I know with network marketing, you have to find something that brings value. And if it has to be important to somebody, or they're not going to budget it month after month, and it has to have a good price point. And it's simple. You don't have to remember drops underneath the tongue. You don't have to remember pills before so many minutes before. You don't have to work out, and you can do it in any beverage. I mean, it's just so simple. I truly believe I can help others if they will allow me to make an extra 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 a month, if that's what they want. And if there's a nugget to give to anybody, quit making it about yourself. It's not about you and your results. Just invite, get them on a Zoom, either recorded or live. They need some education. You're probably going to get a yes. It's just that simple. But
Really good.
people get hung up with themselves, What if they say no? What, they're not going to melt. You're not going to melt if somebody says no.
Yeah, that's really good, Carolyn. Way to go. Really,
Thank you.
really amazing.
Great stuff. Huh?
Carolyn, congratulations. You're winning. Part of the winner's circle. We love it. Thank you for being on. All right, let's bring up Brian Holmes next. Brian, I understand you got a demo you're going to do. So
no. No, that was for the green room only.
Yeah, all right, Brian, just give a little of your background. Obviously,
I'll do my best to explain the demo without actually demoing. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. All right,
hey,
give a little of your background.
Yeah, Brian Holmes from Dallas-Fort Worth area, been a pastor for 27 years and a lot of business consulting and just been involved in a lot of projects over the years and a lot of different people, business-oriented things. And on the health side of things, for me, I can tell you that at 57 years old, I've chronically dealt with weight off and on my whole adult life. And I've done a number of crazy things over the years to try to get healthier. And then it tends to always come back on in spades, so to speak. And I've had some success in the last couple of years, actually, in getting some of that weight off at 35, 40 pounds or so. But what I found was there's just these trouble areas. And then the bigger thing for me, Byron, has been, and again, I know we're not making any claims. I can only tell you what's happening to my body. There's a couple of key things. Number one, I am down significantly, not only in pounds, but in inches. The demo that you're referring to is that I happen to be wearing a pair of shorts that I've been wearing pretty much since the spring of this year, and they're a size 40 waist. And I'm not joking. I didn't throw a belt on when I ran out the door to come into my office to do this call, and I had to hold my pants up. Because if I stand still, buttoned up, zipped up, if I stand still, these shorts drop to the ground. You don't want to see this, okay? I promise you don't. But the point is that, these were like snug on me back in March, April, when springtime first came around here in Dallas. And so now I'm going to have to go dig some other shorts out of the drawer. The fun thing is that I feel better. But here's some bigger things, man. I'm just telling you what's happening with me. I'm 57 years old. I'm going to the bathroom a lot more at this age. I get up sometimes 6-7 times in a night. And since I've been on this product for the last 4 weeks, I'm averaging once a night. There's been many nights when I haven't gotten up at all, 1 or 2 nights that I've gotten up twice. But for me, that's a monster win because my rest is better. My sleep patterns are better. I'm getting up feeling much more energetic. And with the fat that's coming off, I'm noticing a lot less pain in my knees and in my ankles and stuff. So it's just a win overall. And I agree with Carolyn. Man, when you got something that benefits somebody and you can show them how to win with something, and it's so simple, it's just kind of a no-brainer. But I could not be more thrilled with my own personal results and super proud to share this with everybody that I know.
That's awesome, Brian. Well, thank you for sharing. And I know that you also got a lot of other people that are actually joining in with you. Do you have any comments that are tied to the reception in the marketplace?
Yeah, man. I've been sharing this with everybody, of course, and everybody that started the product is seeing all kinds of results. And I'm getting reports back in text just about every day of all kinds of interesting testimonials of a lot of things. I've got a wonderful doctor on my team who lives out in the South kind of area of the States here. And he is prescribing this now to his patients, to his clients, to people that he works with day in and day out. They're seeing phenomenal results. So the point is, again, if you can find a need and fill it and really address something in an effective way, you've got a winning proposition when it comes to a business model. We have a phenomenal business model here, great people, incredible people, best support systems in the world. And when you've got all those components converged together in one place, it's just like, if you make an effort to plug in and to learn and to do this, I just feel confident you'll win.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. TK, we got some more people, but we got a bunch of new people that joined us, and I think we better do that disclosure one more time. We want to make sure we're compliant here and people aren't believing that we're making claims of any kind. These are personal results just by people that are just trying to share what's happened to them. And so, TK, you want to do the reading again, if you don't mind?
These testimonials are for educational and informational purposes only and are not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something learned within this presentation. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease, and individual results may vary. And so that's exactly what this is all about, is getting people's individual results. This is what's happened to them, and that's what tonight is really all about. All right, we have another young man who has, again, a great story, but just really measuring the results. So I've been in for a bit, but Randy Rowland, if you are able to unmute yourself, young man, and tell these folks what your experience has been.
Hey, TK, how you doing? Can you hear me all right?
Gotcha, brother.
All right, fantastic. Hey, guys, Randy Rowland from San Jose, California. My background is engineering, and currently a ministry director at my church here in the Bay Area. Absolutely love it. I was introduced, I'm 51 years old. I don't know if I mentioned that, but was introduced to the idea of pHix about 2 months ago. And I admit I was skeptical when someone told me that I could burn fat while not changing my diet, not changing my workout. And by the way, you could still drink beer if you want. So I think you should be a little bit skeptical, but I was luckily fortunate that I could listen to some of the doctors who were involved in some of the research. And what I heard was there was no negative side effects. And then I saw the price. I assumed based on what it did that it was going to be very expensive, but it was really, really affordable. So I tried it. We started taking the product on July 2nd. So I think we're on day 27 right now. Within about 16, 17 days, I was down 5 pounds. But more importantly, the scale doesn't matter to me that much, but I was down 2 inches off my waist. So what that means, Brian had mentioned that earlier. I had several pairs of pants and shorts that I could wear without a belt, and it was no issue. They weren't going to fall down, and that is not the case anymore. And that's just not a style that I'm into. So I got to make some adjustments, up another notch in the belt, and now I got to wear a belt all the time. But that's another issue. We'll get some more wardrobe stuff going on. But yeah, it's been awesome. It's been awesome. Really excited about the results.
Now, are you losing more weight because your wife is chasing you around the house now, or what's up, bro?
It was funny. Like after 2 weeks, she's like, "Okay, I could actually see it." Like she could see it on me that it was making a difference after 2 weeks, which I was kind of stunned about. But yeah, it's kind of nice to hear that compliment, though.
There you go. There you go. Nice. Thank you so much, brother.
Okay. Well, this is really amazing just to hear the reactions from a short window of time. I mean, we're not talking, Terry, about months and months. This is weeks and days. And I have my good friend, Dr. Ben, on here, who has experience using the product, but also he understands all this stuff. And Ben, we're hearing a lot of different stories that, you can make sense of. So I'd love to hear your reaction of what you're hearing and, what your medical background tells you. So give people a little idea of, where you come from, what your background is, and why you're so excited about this actually becoming available in the marketplace.
Awesome. Thank you, Byron. Well, first of all, Dr. Ben Bowers, Wichita, Kansas, functional medicine physician for over 38 years. I've been involved in this healthcare field. And one of the things that we as physicians, as doctors, we try to do is we want to try to impact people's lives. And to me, that's a critical thing that we do. I've been exposed to a lot of gimmicks, pills, drinks, you name it, in all these years of being in practice. And one of the things that I do within my practice itself is bariatric analysis, which is studying overweight, obesity, and all these different things and how we can help people actually get through that. So when I was first given the opportunity to look at this, it's one of the things I wasn't, but as a good friend of mine, I go, I've known this guy almost all my life. I'm going to do him a solid and I'm going to look at it. So I did. And to be honest with you, I was shocked by what I was seeing because I thought, wait a minute, it's not possible. You can't have this kind of stuff. So I did my due diligence. I did a deep dive on the research on the essence of the flour and the extract, the excipients that are pulled out of there, and on the adiphyte that we have within the pHix. And so I decided, okay, first and foremost, I'm going to do it. Second of all, I'm going to call up some of my doctor friends, and we're going to do this together. And so we got 4, 5, 6 different doctors that are all doing this. And the interesting thing that I want to kind of let everybody be aware of is that when you look at the human body, we talked about there's 3 categories of body, and those simple terms are endomorph, ectomorph, and mesomorph. And those break down into 96 different body types. So far tonight, you've heard a lot of people have a lot of different reactions, right? My own personal testimony, I've been on a little less than 3 weeks. I've lost 6 pounds and over 12 inches of girth or measurements. Now, I do a lot of measurements in my clinic, my office, when my patients or clients, and we do that because there's a lot of reasons to watch and monitor these bodies. Keep in mind, most of the people that come into our clinic, they already have some health issue, whether it's an autoimmune condition, whether it's some type of inflammatory issue, whether it's an organ failure, whether it's a dysfunction within the body somewhere. They're coming to us because something's not right. And so we're seeing, I'm going to say, some of the worst of the worst cases. And so there's about 20 different things that we monitor and that we kind of watch on our clients or our patients as we go through this. And some of the biggest things we're seeing is the majority of people are losing girth or inches. Now, when we have them do measurements, we do a full body measurement, meaning from the head to the neck, to the chest, to the arms, the forearms, the belly, above the belly button, below the belly button, the hips, the thighs, the kneecaps, the legs, and the ankles, right? And so when we look at all these things, the reason we watch them is we can tell you what is dysfunctional or what part of the body is trying to correct a dysfunction, and therefore we'll start seeing some changes in it. And we hear all these things like, I'm having more energy, I'm having more stamina, I'm having less brain fog, I'm having more clarity of thought, I'm having better sleep, deeper sleep, I'm urinating more, I'm urinating less, I'm defecating more, I'm having less often defecation, but more volume. My hair is getting thicker and stronger, my skin is glowing, my menstrual cycles have changed, my menopause cycles have changed, my premenopause cycles have changed. As a couple of them are brought up, is the dopamine that goes up. And when you think about all the different things that people do to lose weight, and depending upon who you're going to watch or what research numbers you're going to watch, at least 50 to 60% of the people in America are well over being overweight. And we think it's as high as into the 70s, but over 50% are obese. Guess what? There's a lot of people out there that don't come up to our clinics. And if we can make an impact on their lives and help them, wow, isn't that a great thing to do? Now, think about what everybody does who's trying to lose weight. I mean, we think about specialty diets, erratic diets, dysfunctional diets, pills, drinks, intermittent fasting has been brought up, working out, buying all types of equipment, watching the scales, doing the cold plunges, doing the cold showers. And every bit of those work on some bodies, right? But they don't work for all bodies. And what's interesting is when we look at the white adipose tissue, and we talk about that in 3 categorical areas. Number 1, we talk about what happens to the VAT, the visceral adipose tissue, think between your chest and your thighs. And then we talk about the white adipose tissue, which is generally around the hips, the buttocks, and the thighs. And people usually call that some type of a cellulite. And then we talk about the muscle adipose tissue, which is the adipose tissue in your muscles. By watching all these measurements on the people that we have taken this pHix, we're seeing all these different dynamics change. Then we get into the hormone dysregulation. And yes, men have hormone dysregulation. They have issues as well as females. But we're watching all these dynamics change. People are saying, Doc, I'm the happiest I've been in weeks, months, or years. I don't have all my issues or my problems I've been having. I'm seeing less inflammatory issues. I'm seeing less autoimmune conditions, less bloating. And the list goes on, guys. Here's the thing that I have found, right? That as we are watching people go through this, and as it's been said, this has only been about 3 weeks since I've been involved with this, and I'm watching the dynamics of some people losing inches, but gaining weight. And what we have to understand about that is there's an inflammatory issue that's going on in the body, and the body is going to retain water to use it as a medium to break down and get rid of those toxics or those chemical toxins that are coming out of the fat cells. That is a healthy state. That's not unhealthy. So if people are just watching that one piece of equipment called a scale, some are going to become discouraged. If they will do their measurements and actually watch their attitude, their emotions, their energy, their strength, their stamina, they're going to start seeing some changes, even though the scales may not change. And those are just some of the biggest things that I'm seeing. Now, if you do work out, guess what? The improvement's even better. If you do some intermittent fasting, the improvement's even better. When we look at the brown adipose tissue and we get into what are called the bitter receptors and we watch what turns this on, folks, I'm telling you, I've done a lot of research in my life, written a lot of stuff, done a lot of product supplementations. I've done a lot of product development, and I've not ever found anything like this. And here's the other thing that I think is critical for us to understand. Most of the research that has been done on the white adipose tissue that's been done with the hops, flour, and the excipients or the extracts out of that has been proven of 12 to 16 weeks, it never loses its ability. And when we're talking about people that need to lose, just think about this, pounds that they've got to get all this off. The longer we're on this, the better the body is going to respond, the more dynamic impact it will have on that body and its life and the brain that's controlling it. And when I look at that, that part has got me so excited to think that by being involved with this company and using this pHix and prescribing it to people all around everywhere I can, that I'm going to watch lives dynamically change, which means we're going to see relationships change, attitudes change, the dynamic ability to extend the quality of life, even though we don't have control over the quantity, the time of life, the quantity of life. So Brian, I'm telling you, the more that I've dug into this and look at all this, oh, by the way, there's a new research that just came out just 2 days ago that they're looking at how they can take white fat and try to turn it into brown fat. I think that's going to be an uphill battle. And this product turns on the brown fat to command the white fat to be burnt to actually help heal the body. And there's just nothing out there that's been around. And we've got it. We're the only ones that got it. So I'm real impressed with what this can do for all of our people.
Doc, thank you for your insight. And TK, that'll blow you away right there, Doc. It's like, you're such a blessing because you spent your entire career understanding this kind of stuff. And then when a tool comes out like this that can revolutionize people's lives, and in addition to that, they can share it with other people. And if they want to turn it into a business, they can. It's like, wow, this is a big deal.
Byron, how many people have prayed for this over how many decades?
Like crazy.
And this has been around since 53, but now it's in a form that we can utilize it.
That's right.
And I talk about God giving an answer to so many people's prayers. And it's up to us to share this. And if we can get this out there, and excuse me for a second, I know a lot of us do this, but it's like sharing the gospel. And I'm not disrespecting my God and my Lord at all. But if we really care for people, why won't we share this? And there's this expression that says you can only love to the level that you love yourself. And not too many people love themselves if they're overweight and they're having all these problems. So as they change their love about them, they're able to share this love out to other people. I mean, it's just phenomenal.
Really, really good, Doc.
Dr. Ben, you said something that, for me, it connected all kinds of dots in a big hurry. Because I'm hearing specifically, it's more the ladies. A lot of them are losing weight in inches. Some are gaining weight, but you said something that answers the question because of the water retention. I'm guessing because even if, my word, a detox that's going on in the body, and that water retention is there, so they might see a gain before a loss. Is that a valid statement, or am I just talking about?
Absolutely. Let me take 1 minute. I apologize, but I want to make sure everybody understands this. I tell my clients all the time, we really are a body of fat. If you think about it, fat is something that is the easiest to store and the hardest to burn. The body will burn sugar and muscle or protein before it's going to burn fat. Your brain is 60% fat, your brain, your spinal cord. The 5 branches of your nervous system are 80 to 85% fat. 600 hormones in your body are 90% fat, and the 8 master neurotransmitters of the brain are 92% fat. So you're storing fat, and when the body starts burning this fat, there's a lot of toxins, and we call it fat rancidity, or it's toxic fat. And when you start breaking that down, the body says, I need a medium of exchange. And it comes in 2 places, hydrogen and water. And what's in water? Hydrogen and oxygen. So when you get those things to turn on, now the body says, finally, I can break these toxins down and eradicate them and remove them from the body. If the body has lost the ability to do that because of a hormonal dysregulation or neurotransmitter dysregulation, that's the first thing it's going to fix. And so it starts holding on to the water to lessen the poison and to make it easier to excrete out of the body.
Wow.
This is massive.
This is big.
This is massive.
And here's the thing, Doc. You know, there's a scripture verse that came to mind for me when I started understanding this. You know, it's the glory of God to conceal things, and it's the glory of kings to search things out. Well, this got searched out, quite honestly, 70 years ago. It could never be brought to the market because of the expense. And now our friend Trey figured out how to bring this to the marketplace. And this is just crazy that we're the ones that are bringing it to the marketplace, TK.
I got
chills. It's our appointed time. It's the appointed tool to help all these people who've been praying for decades.
Amen. Amen. Wow. So amazing. Doc, thanks for taking the time to be on here. You're a blessing.
Pleasure to be here.
Thanks for all your knowledge. And, you know, people are going to listen to this over and over and over. So, all right, TK, what do you think?
I'm blown away all over again, because that just answered so many questions. Not so many, just a lot of people have been seeing this weight gain, but now it makes perfect sense. And man, it's just awesome. So, wow. Okay. Now look, okay. You got that from a functional medical doctor. We have a couple over in Australia. Yes, Australia, that has, they've been in for quite a while, over a year, maybe, I don't know, 15 months or something. And they started to hear about pHix, and they were, you know, I've known these guys for several years and love them, and we just connect. And so, so the great part about this, one, they're great leaders. Number two, Robin, the wife in the relationship, is has been a naturopath for 40 years. And already been working with herbs and hops and all that stuff. And so she did her due diligence on all of this, and then realized what was so different about it. And they got very excited about this. I'm talking 2 weeks ago. They just hit Sapphire. They're about to probably in the next day or two, they will hit Ruby over in Australia, and things are starting to roll. So I'm saying that because many of you might be waiting on people in other countries. Well, if we're open in those countries, you can get people in and register to get them positioned, as long as you understand that there's coming a day when pHix will be in that country as well. So vision, some people, the thing has to happen before they see it. Then there are very few people who can see a thing before it happens. Those are the ones with vision. And so Bill and Robin Maywest, so happy to have you guys on tonight. Share with these guys your quick, Robin, maybe your background and, you know, what you've been doing with naturopath for the 40 years, and then what happened with Bill's situation with his pants falling off in the public square and stuff.
Wait, you just said what happened.
I'm blushing.
Terry, don't age me. It's not. I've been naturopath for 38 years, so almost 40 years, because that's going to put me
sorry.
right over the hill.
Kind of feels like 100 though, Terry.
Anyway, we saw this a couple of weeks ago, and I've been using hops as a herb for well, the whole of my practice life. Basically, I've been using it for mainly sleeping problems, nervous system problems, menopausal women, and it's gone into many people's mixtures. So I basically made up a mixture for the person, off they go. And I've never really advocated a particular brand of product. So hops has been available. So when I heard that this was this particular extract was in a little pack and you squeezed it in your drink, I just thought, oh, that's a joke. Like that can't be true. And what they're saying it does. Look, I know all about the other things, but definitely I haven't ever used it for fat loss. But I had to literally do a 180 within a couple of days. I started doing research, listened to a couple of testimonials. If I'd heard Dr. Ben at that point, I would have been sold in a couple of minutes. So it would have saved me a lot of my own research, because just to hear the results and things he's having are just phenomenal and very exciting for everyone who's going to be using the product. But Terry sent us over a few samples. After 6 days, I've never seen this in my diet clinic, because I have Breakthrough Diet Clinic, and And I put patients on diets and restrictive diets, and according to whatever they need. But usually I'm cutting them down on things, and I'm definitely cutting them down on alcohol. Even though hops is in beer, it's not something I normally would advocate. So Bill and I both started taking 2 a day, and Bill, I haven't struggled so much with my weight, but Bill was an athlete. He has a more sedentary lifestyle now, and just very recently it was hospitalized with a spinal operation, which ended up keeping him in hospital for 8 weeks. And he lost a lot of muscle. He had to lose a bit of weight for the operation, but when he came out, he literally had a big repository around his tummy.
Settle down.
And honestly, within 6 days, I've never seen anything work this quickly. Bill's pants actually fell down in the supermarket as he's holding the trolley, still tottering along after his operation, not totally healed yet, but I had to come behind him and pull his pants up. And after 6 days, so nothing I've ever given him has worked that fast. Nothing's worked on me that fast. I was amazed that I was able to fit into a pair of pants that I bought at the end of last winter, and now I can fit into them. So we're just absolutely thrilled for ourselves, for the people that we're going to impact their lives. We feel that it was an absolute it's a total godsend, and something we've been praying for, just for people, something that we could run with and be absolutely confident in. So yeah, we're total advocates.
Bill and Robin, thank you so much for sharing and just being who you guys are, and Robin being willing to be humble enough to get information that you hadn't had before, and not just saying I already know. And because of that, it's going to change a lot of people's lives. Appreciate you.
Amen.
And now, I mean, you got a functional medical doctor, Dr. Ben. Now you got a naturopath in Robin. And now listen to what they're saying, gang. Listen to what they're saying. So these are things that you can now, you got arrows in your quiver to be able to utilize.